Welcome to Inside Taiwan. I'm Cheryl Trong. President Ma Ying-jeou once again apologized for the death of soldier Hong Zhong-cho during a Kuomintang Central Standing Committee meeting in his capacity as KMT chairperson and commander-in-chief. He also ordered military prosecutors and judicial officials to work together to expedite the investigation into Hong's death and requested National Defense Minister Gao Hua-ju to present reforms protecting human rights of soldiers by July 26.
After a month's investigation, the Ministry of National Defense is still unable to account for the truth behind the death of soldier Hong Zhong-cho after a series of suspicious solitary confinement and physical exercises earlier this July. As commanding officer-in-chief, President Ma Ying-jeou bowed in deep apologies to the public as well as to Hong's family and vowed that action be taken towards the investigation as well as the overall improvement of the military disciplinary system. Ma also commanded the military courts to collaborate with the civil juridical system in expediting the investigation of Hong's death. Minister of National Defense Gao Hua-ju consequently met with Minister of Justice Zheng Yongfu to discuss the establishing of a cooperative platform to jointly investigate the case. In addition, Ma instructed the Ministry of National Defense to conduct a full review of the current disciplinary and appeal systems with the military and present a report on service human rights protection by July 26, so that cases of such never occur in the future.
In response to concerns that Chinese banks will be able to access the credit information of Republic of China citizens if they join the Joint Credit Information Center through their investments in domestic banks, Financial Supervisory Commission Vice Chairperson Wu Dangjie said none of the 3 banks in Taiwan with Chinese investors have applied to join the JCIC. Furthermore, even if they do join the JCIC, they would have to have the permission of individuals to access credit histories.
Under the Cross-Strait Trade and Services Agreement, Chinese banks will be able to invest in domestic banks and China UnionPay will be allowed to establish branch offices in Taiwan. During a public hearing on July 25th, concerns about Chinese banks being able to access the credit histories of Republic of China citizens if they join the Joint Credit Information Center were raised. In response, Financial Supervisory Commission Vice Chairperson Wu Dangjie said China UnionPay has no credit operations in Taiwan, which means it will not be able to join the JCIC. Furthermore, any Chinese bank that joins the JCIC will have to abide by Taiwan's regulations. However, concerns remain that China UnionPay will try to join the JCIC in the future. As current laws do not require institutions to notify customers of information or data leaks, victims often are unaware that their personal information has been compromised. Experts are therefore calling on the legislature to review the Cross-Strait Trade and Services Agreement in detail and legislate supplementary measures and relevant revisions before promulgating the agreement.
In the past, one could begin to accumulate interest with a bank deposit of just 100 NT dollars. Now, according to the Bankers Association, 16 banks will freeze accounts that have less than 10,000 NT dollars and no transactions in a period of 1 to 5 years, preventing withdrawals and transfers. Many believe this is unreasonable.
Upon hearing the news that now bank accounts with less than 10,000 NT dollars or that have no activity for 1 to 5 years can be considered dormant and have all withdrawals and transfers frozen, many are angry and consider the move unreasonable. According to Bankers Association data, banks that require a balance over 10,000 NT dollars include 10 banks, such as China Trust, Taixin, and Yushan. 6 banks have required minimum balance levels of 5,000 to 10,000 NT dollars, including Cathay Bank. Some banks like Fubon and Megabank still allow accounts to be opened with 100 NT dollars and receive interest, but have bank activity requirements to keep the account from being declared dormant. The post office also has activity requirements. The only bank with no limitations is Shanghai Bank, who point out that managing dormant accounts costs more money. The banks say that the Financial Supervisory Commission does not have any regulations regarding dormant accounts, and that each bank has its own way of handling them. The banks that have these account limits have been reluctant to respond. In any case, compared to the 100 NT dollars it used to take to open an interest-bearing account, now people will certainly have to shell out a bit more money.
The Ministry of the Interior is launching a platform to match up property management companies and landlords with low and medium income households. Companies and landlords will receive subsidies for their participation in the program. A trial run would begin in Taipei in August, and the program would then be implemented in 7 cities and counties before year-end.
The Ministry of the Interior is working with rental service organizations in a rental relief campaign to help low to medium income families find affordable accommodation. The trial, which launches in Taipei this August, encourages owners to rent out vacant housing spaces at affordable prices onto a rental platform catered to families of lower and median income. By encouraging property owners to release currently vacant rental spaces to families of low to median income, the Ministry of the Interior hopes that such locational dispersity decreases the labeling of disadvantaged minorities. Rental services working with the campaign will receive a monthly subsidy of 40,000 NT dollars, and housing owners who are willing to partake will also be able to receive a financial compensation of up to 10,000 NT dollars a year. In addition, the government will also be providing a 3-month rent aid program to tenants under financial difficulty. Local rental service Cui Mama Foundation for Housing and Community Service states that as of the present, a monthly average of only 3 cases are successful among all applicants of lower middle income seeking to rent. While citizens of Taipei City are looking forward to the launch of the campaign, the success of the project will be determined by the actual participation of rental owners. To attract more rental owners, the campaign is also seeking support from the central government in pushing for a tax exemption for participating lessors. Taipei City will be the first to launch the trial this August, while an additional 7 counties and cities, including Taichung, Kaohsiung, Tainan, and New Taipei City, are scheduled to start operation later this year. Further assessments and enhancements of the project will be made by the end of the first year.
The Hualien District Agricultural Research and Extension Station recently imported into Taiwan a type of aquatic flowering plant known as yellow velvet leaf. The plant, which is endemic to Southeast Asia, only needs water to grow and requires no fertilizer or pesticide. It can be harvested in 10 months and is immune to typhoons and rain.
Aquatic flowering plant yellow velvet leaf has recently been planted across several hectares of Hualien's Ma Tai'an Wetland Ecological Park. The plant, which is native to Central America, has green rhizomes and leaves similar to that of the water hyacinth or taro. Its shoots, buds, and small yellow blossoms are all edible. Rich in nutrients, yellow velvet leaf is commonly consumed in Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia, and a crucial dietary supplement for women across Southeast Asia. The plant can be stir-fried or consumed raw. It has a slightly bitter flavor at first taste, but is generally sweet. Yellow velvet leaf takes 10 months to harvest and is immune to typhoons and rain. Furthermore, it requires no fertilizer or pesticide. The Hualien District Agricultural Research and Extension Station believes the plant has great potential and is test-growing yellow velvet leaf in both Yilan and Hualien. While the plant is not yet ready for the market, many see great possibilities.
According to a Health Promotion Administration survey, each year 13,000 persons die from liver disease, with 90% of cases due to either hepatitis B or hepatitis C. The survey also showed that 80% of respondents mistakenly believed that long working hours and a lack of sleep cause liver disease, while 30% of those with hepatitis failed to seek medical attention.
71-year-old actor Shi Ying has knowingly been a carrier of hepatitis B for many years. Yet without proper medical treatment, he was forced to come to terms with his disease when he was diagnosed with fulminating hepatitis after he was hospitalized after passing out. According to a research conducted by the Health Promotion Administration, over 13,000 people die of liver disease in Taiwan every year, with 19% of which diagnosed as hepatitis virus B and C. The research also shows that a majority of the public lack proper knowledge of the disease, with 80% mistaking the lack of sleep and alcohol consumption to be the main cause of liver diseases. In addition, over 60% of those interviewed believe that working long hours leads to liver malfunction, and among the 50% who do acknowledge hepatitis B and C as the main cause of liver diseases, around 30% of those living with hepatitis knowingly fail to seek medical treatment. The Health Promotion Administration reports that there are over 3.5 million carriers of hepatitis B and C in Taiwan, and with proper medical attention and periodical treatment, the development of hepatitis into cirrhosis and liver cancer can be largely reduced. As a result, the administration stresses the importance of facing hepatitis with an active attitude so as to influence real change in disease prevention.
While the number of visitors to Hualien's Zhaofeng Ranch and Resort has not declined due to the rabies scare, fewer parents are willing to let their children approach animals. Resort officials say all of its animals receive annual rabies vaccines, and various quarantine measures are in place to prevent wild ferrets and badgers from infecting zoo animals.
Hualien's privately run Zhaofeng Ranch and Resort has not seen a decline in visitors in recent weeks, but visitors are steering clear of the resort's animals. According to resort officials, wild ferrets and badgers have indeed been sighted in the mountains surrounding the ranch in the past. Therefore, the ranch was designed with quarantine measures in mind, and all of the ranch's mammals receive annual rabies vaccines. Heifers receive vaccines and are kept on elevated ground to prevent interaction with infected ferrets, while dairy cows are kept in a fixed enclosure with pasture time kept to a minimum.
In the hopes of allowing local children to become better acquainted with their hometowns, the Yunlin County government recently invited renowned writer Wu Shen to teach modern poetry and prose classes. The county government hopes Wu's participation will provide children with a deeper understanding of his poetry. A field experience program has also been launched.
The children read each character and line of the prose carefully as they learn about an earlier era in Taiwan's history. In the past, children learn about farm life in the area through classes and lectures. To provide local students with a deeper understanding of their hometowns, the Yunlin County government recently invited renowned writer Wu Shen to teach modern poetry and prose classes. The county government hopes that under Wu's tutelage, students can become better acquainted with the history and geography of Yunlin. According to Wu, he has often neglected to introduce students to his hometown in classes he has taught in the past. In this lecture series, he will therefore be speaking about Zhuoshui River and Shilo Bridge, among other topics. Through his classes, students will not only gain a deeper appreciation for the written word, but also learn about local history.
金门有风师爷，台南安平有剑师。郑成功打败荷兰人，军队驻扎安平，将士把刀剑插入四面盾牌挂在墙上，威风凛凛。安平居民争相仿效，引以祈福、辟邪、镇煞。安平是剑师的故乡，也是在地文化创意产业。您瞧，现今留存这几支有特色的剑师，加上想象创作出来的图样，是不是很有趣、很可爱呢？来到安平最有趣的文化之旅，就是大家一起来寻宝，找找看小剑师到底在哪里呢？
Welcome back to Inside Taiwan. One of artist Florentine Hoffman's giant rubber ducks will take up residence in Keelung Harbor in December. The duck is expected to create business opportunities of over 100 million NT dollars during its 6-week stay in Keelung.
When this rubber duck took up residence in Hong Kong earlier this year, thousands of locals and tourists descended on Victoria Harbour to take pictures of and with it. Imitations of the duck even appeared around China. According to Keelung City's Facebook page, the duck is now headed to Taiwan. A Facebook movement to bring the duck to Keelung was started by Keelung City Councillor Huang Jingtai. As the group received widespread support, Huang made 2 trips abroad to meet with artist Florentine Hoffman and his representatives. The 2 sides eventually signed a memorandum of understanding to bring a duck to Keelung. The duck will swim into Keelung Harbor in December and take up residence there for a period of 6 weeks, compared to 4 weeks in Hong Kong. The duck is expected to bring 100 million NT dollars in tourism revenues and souvenir sales to Keelung.
New Taipei City's Bitan Suspension Bridge will serve as the centerpiece for a series of light and music shows this summer. The city's tourism and travel department organized events to attract tourists to Xingdian District.
The illuminating display of colorful lights dances along with the sound of classical music. This is the Bitan Suspension Bridge of New Taipei City, where the first and only light and music show featured on a bridge is available in Taiwan. This summer, Bitan Bridge welcomes tourists to enjoy the sounds of harmony while taking in the romantic radiance of the colorful display. The 200-meter-long Bitan Bridge is lit with a single 610-meter-long aluminum light tube, 400 pearl light bulbs, and 8 projected lighting stands. The dancing light show will feature a number of celebrated melodic tunes, delighting both the audio and visual senses.
Taoyuan's Hakka Affairs Bureau has organized a music festival and competition to encourage young musicians to incorporate elements of Hakka, Hoklo, indigenous and new immigrant culture into their songs. The winning band will get the opportunity to share the stage with famous musicians. Last year, the music festival and competition organized by Taoyuan's Hakka Affairs Bureau to promote creativity in music was well received. Therefore, it decided to continue with the event this year. As there aren't many large-scale music events in Taoyuan County, many bands are excited about the prospect of competing. The Bureau says the purpose is to stimulate the creativity of local rock bands, and the winning group will have the opportunity to perform with famous musicians. This year, Xingwu Township has also offered its fishing port as a performance venue. The first round of finalists will be announced on July 23rd, and they will compete from August 3rd to 4th. The semi-final and final will take place on August 9th to 10th in Guanyin Township. 3 nature and bird photographers are currently exhibiting their works at a local community center in Pingdong's Neipu Township. Apart from promoting art, aesthetics, and nature in rural areas, the photographers want to share their love for Taiwan through their works.
Guo Donghui is both a university professor and a nature photographer who is always happy to share his expertise with students. Through Guo's lectures, the public is able to gain a deeper appreciation for Taiwan's birds and ecology. An exhibition featuring the works of Guo and 2 other photographers recently opened at a community center in Pingdong County's Neipu Township. The center has become a popular field trip destination for area schools, while the exhibition is helping to promote art and aesthetics in more remote areas. According to one participating photographer, Taiwan is home to more than 600 types of birds and 53 key BirdLife International recognized habitats. The photographers hope their works can help the public recognize the beauty of Taiwan's birds and the importance of conservation.
Young scientists from 22 counties and cities in Taiwan have gathered at Hsinchu County Stadium for the 53rd National Primary and High School Science Fair. A total of 352 science projects will be on display between July 22nd and July 29th.
At the opening ceremony of the 53rd National Primary and High School Science Fair, Director Wu Qingsan of the K-12 Education Administration encourages both students and educators to be inspired by the benefits of learning by doing when conducting interesting science projects. In this year's science fair, specialized theme exhibitions include a new mudslide warning technology expo, a featured robot exhibition, and an indigenous science education display from the tribe of the flying squirrel. The National Primary and High School Science Fair hopes to kindle children's interest in science and technology through the power of learning through play.
The Longtan Township Farmers Association was the organizer of this year's National Oriental Beauty Tea Competition. The competition drew tea farmers from New Taipei City, Taoyuan, Hsinchu, Miaoli, and Taichung. In the end, a tea farmer from Toufen, Deng Guoquan, won the competition for the 3rd consecutive year.
Miaoli-based tea farmer Deng Guochun has won a national Oriental Beauty Tea competition for the third consecutive year. A number of tea farmers that took part in the competition noted that such events can help promote and improve the quality and competitiveness of Taiwan's tea industry. According to the Longtan Township Farmers Association, which organized the event, this year's Oriental Beauty harvest period was shorter than usual due to weather conditions. The tea has grown in popularity in recent years, with the price of special grade Oriental Beauty expected to reach 220,000 NT dollars per caddy this year. Tea produced by the 12 first place winners of the competition is currently selling for 30 to 120,000 NT dollars per caddy. The Taoyuan County government has organized a special exhibition on the tea at Taoyuan's Hakka Cultural Museum on August 10th and 11th.
The Lugu Farmers Association has held tea artistry workshops for the past 20 years to promote local teas, attracting many domestic and foreign tea enthusiasts. Participants who pass an examination at the conclusion of the course receive a certificate conferring the title of Tea Ceremony Master.
This is Miss Lee. She has come all the way from Hong Kong to Nantou County to attend the annual tea workshop at Lugu Township. Miss Lee's participation comes not from commercial necessity, but from her pure passion for this refreshing beverage from Taiwan. For the past 20 years, Lugu's Farmers Association has been working towards the promotion of the art of tea and has successfully attracted a number of international participants within the recent years. The association also hopes to take the opportunity to make their local tea known to the international market. The tea workshop at Lugu Township enrolls a limited 40 students per session, and all participants are required to take an examination at the end of the program. Despite the mere 30% passing rate, the Lugu Farmers Association states that the workshop has trained up to 200 tea instructors within the past 20 years, all of whom have assisted in the promoting of Lugu's tea to Taiwan as well as to the rest of the world.
In the past, seals were used to prove one's identity. Today, we take you to Kaohsiung's Meinong district to meet Chen Zhenlong, a master with half a century of engraving experience. His skilled hands turn each seal into a unique piece of art.
A name is written on a seal using a brush dipped in ink, but a closer look reveals that the characters are backwards so that they come out correctly when stamped. After writing the characters, the words must be carved out. Rapidly rotating the base enables the characters to be carved out quickly. This is how you make a good traditional seal. Master Chen Zhenlong says that when carving the seal, it is important to remain calm and that breathing must be very uniform. Sometimes if you're in a bad mood or not calm, you will feel that you aren't carving out the words correctly or that it isn't delicate enough. These words are different than computer fonts where each word is the same. A good hand-carved stamp is the only one like it in the world. Because of each stamp's uniqueness, they used to play an important role in dealings and transactions. The seal is pressed firmly on the paper to leave a mark. A countless number of these marks are from a half-century of Chen's customers who entrusted him to make them a seal. Chen says that hand engraving seals is time-consuming and that now few customers are willing to wait in this era of fast computer engraving. This kind of handcraft may soon only be remembered in the many imprints left behind.
每年的3月到5月是阳明山朱子湖的海芋季，一大片的白色花海吸引大批游客前往赏花。海芋有洁净与雄伟之美两种截然不同的花语，亭亭玉立的花型有如花中侍女，优雅而宁静。朱子湖的海芋颇负盛名，全台80%的海芋都产自这里。
阳明山的朱子湖也是我们的海芋的故乡，这一整片的海芋田现在也是赏花的季节。那国外的朋友他们假如来到了我们的阳明山，我们也还可以来这边亲身去体验的采海芋，不用任何的装备，只要徒手抽起来。那除了赏花以外呢，我们还有很多的美食，不管是放山鸡，还有我们这边的野菜、山蔬、茼蒿，还有我们这边原产地大家知道的阳明山的山药，是这里的特色。
品尝产自阳明山的时蔬鲜果，是最贴近自然的休闲活动了。群山环抱下，这里就像是个遗世独立的人间仙境，缤纷灿烂，景致如画。竹子湖得天独厚的气候条件，以及丰沛洁净的山泉水源，形成孕育海域的绝佳环境，也让竹子湖成为了浪漫花香的代名词。再加上阳明山临近台北市，让北台湾的民众多了一个踏青休闲的好去处。
Welcome back to Inside Taiwan. Let's take a look at some upcoming cultural events. Thank you for watching Inside Taiwan. I'm Cheryl Trong. See you next time.
在在众人掌声欢迎下，代表亚洲各会员国的国旗依序入场。亚洲台商会第20届年会开幕典礼正式开始，现场有来自海内外，包括副总统吴敦义、立法院副院长洪秀柱、侨委会委员长吴英义等将近500-600人前来参加。而副总统吴敦义对于台商们在海外打拼的同时，也不忘回馈家乡，散播台湾的光与热。除了感动之外，也表达了感谢之意。
亚洲台商总会就是布局全球的重要的动力，因为有连结了亚太，我们把亚太地区的力量结合起来，然后世界台商遍布到全球，今天我们国家才能够不会受到孤立。
亚洲台商会成立20年，深耕亚洲13个国家，一路走来，第20届总会长柯昭志除了感谢好友支持，也期待政府能加快脚步，与各国签订服贸协定，带动台湾经济成长。
世界经济的动能已经明显到了亚洲，亚洲各国的经济呢更不容小觑，并其动能呢来自庞大的市场与广大的劳动力，充沛的劳动力，可以预期亚洲经济一定会持续升温成长，成为最火热的地区。我们政府呢应该把握良机，启动新南向政策，加快脚步，来创造台湾更宽阔的国际空间。
而侨委会委员长吴英义肯定台商的贡献，也鼓励他们能多回来投资。
世界的台商啊，尤其是亚洲台商总会啊，在对于中华民国的这个经济的帮忙，对于中华民国啊这个外交跟侨务的帮忙，对中华民国都有很大的贡献。我希望啊，透过这一次的开会啊，在一所大学啊、义大这边啊的开会啊，能够使所有的台商更加了解我们中华民国的所谓的商业的状况，中华民国的政治的状况，更使大家能够回来台湾啊，能够来投资。
这次年会也进行了新任会长的选拔，最后由新加坡施志龙当选。他们会继续展现亚洲台商团结和谐、坚韧不拔的精神，在海外开创出一片新天地。台湾宏观电视卢维忠、钟建刚高雄采访报道。